got faith.
I guess we're live. Hi, hello everyone. This is
Oh,
Aaron.
this is Zach.
Not yet?
Still said it's setting up. Yeah. It's taking its own
Okay.
sweet time. There we go. All you, Aaron. Take it away.
All right. Hi everyone. This is Aaron, technical architect by professional services. Today we're going to talk about code quality and bring your own scanner approach and CI/CD catalog component I worked on recently together with other colleagues from professional services on building it. So yeah. It's going to be kind of a more hands-on type of thing, like hands-on. We're going to have a look at CI templates, etc. So not like a presentation, but going through basically how to set up basically code quality with bring your own scanners approach. So basically, maybe first we start with how does code quality actually look like in GitLab CI pipeline. So I'm going to show you just a pipeline example. So yeah, let me share actually my screen. All right. So basically here, I hope everyone can see it. Here you can see a sample code quality information in a pipeline. So basically code quality is a premium feature in GitLab. And basically here in this example, like there's a pipeline that was executed, which is running on JavaScript code. Like there is a project that I kind of built here, which is called JavaScript Code Quality. By the way, all this information here is publicly accessible by everyone. So yeah, there is a project like this, and there was a pipeline executed. And under that pipeline, you can see basically code quality related information, like major, minor, etc. The findings related to it in the current format visible like this. So GitLab has been supporting code quality basically with code climate based scans. Basically, that means like you can see here some examples which has been up until now using code climate based scans. So there was a code climate container that was spawned, and basically you were able to configure which code climate scan you want to execute, like for example, for Java or for Python based on your language. And this was running a Docker in Docker approach. So there was another container by code climate spawn to scan the given repository for code quality and code quality issues. Currently, if you look at the category direction we have in static analysis, basically the approach moving forward from GitLab is going in the direction of using bring your own scanner approach. So instead of having code climate, right now the recommended approach is basically like bringing your own scanner and integrating with code quality. Like you can have a look at the static analysis code quality also product directions. So therefore, we started collecting from different customers, basically, like different engagements. We had several requirements, what customers are looking for, which scanners are important. And basically, therefore, this is a collection of the different open source scanners we kind of prepared, which contain like several templates in different languages. Like, for example, I think Analyst was also involved in one of the Python related engagements, etc. So like in different customers, we observed that there is a need for bringing your own open source scanner approach to code quality. And therefore, there's now this CI/CD catalog component that is built basically in order to scan different languages. So here you can see basically 7 different open source scanners that is currently available in this component. So 3 of them are related to Python, as well as Golang, Java, Swift, and Node.js currently included in the catalog. Yeah, I'm trying to extend it as much if when there is a chance arising, but feel free to also contribute here. Basically, if you observe another option. So basically, how this works is like the idea of integrating an open source code quality scanner with GitLab is like GitLab has supports a certain JSON output, which is basically code climate output. So like any scanner which creates that output, which is readable by GitLab, is basically um, able to be integrated to GitLab. So if you have a look, for example, to Golang CI template, just to show you an example. So inside the Golang CI lint procedure, you can see there is a output format which you can define. Like, okay, I want to get output in GitLab code quality report JSON format, and basically you save then that report as that format as an artifact in your pipeline. And once you do it, it's basically very straightforward. It's just GitLab can then use this as a code quality report artifact and would present you basically in front end as we've seen in the example in a format that user can see then what were the code quality changes. This is the pipeline view, by the way. Like in merge request, you also get another view where you can see, okay, what are the new major, minor code quality changes compared to the main branch. Yeah, so this is, for example, one Golang CI example. I can show you another one, which is like ESLint template that is like for Node.js, has also a straightforward approach. Like ESLint, for example, supports again the GitLab format, another open source scanner. Like for each scanner, there are different ways you call the GitLab format out. But like, for example, here's the ESLint approach. And basically, again, this creates a code quality report JSON, which you can basically parse from your in your pipeline. And yeah, for example, in this case, like here's my JavaScript code quality project. So if I see and look at the GitLab CI YAML, what I will see it's just doing an include and component, basically using the CI/CD catalog component that is released to yeah, under my namespace, and basically calling the code quality component version. Code quality component version and details related to component is available basically under the README here. So like when you go through the standard looking for CI/CD catalog component, you can find then the relevant component and basically yeah, its version. Any questions so far from all that? Okay, I'm going to show you another example, for example, PMD, which is a little bit more different than the standard, for example, MyPy, etc. So these open source code quality scanners are not always that straightforward. So like it may be sometimes, okay, they are actually producing code climate output, but like the output is not really what the exactly the same as the GitLab expects for the code quality format. So for example, if you go to this link, which is showing you details related to how you can implement a custom tool. For example, in a custom code quality tool, there are certain fields that needs to be available in the JSON output. So for example, fingerprint for the code quality output, like code quality finding, severity, and etc. The information that needs to be parsed by GitLab in order to show this in front end. And basically, like in our example, if you go to PMD, what we can see, like the output didn't have a fingerprint field, which is a requirement for the CodeQuality output. So then here in this example, there's some bash magic additionally, like nothing special, but like that you do, you create a unique fingerprint, for example, for each finding accordingly. So at times you may need to have additional, like, let's say, small changes, hacks, in order to integrate an open source scanner, open source CodeQuality scanner with GitLab CodeQuality format. But the idea is basically like whatever CodeQuality scanner you have, that like any output which is created, it could be even something different like CSV whatsoever. At the end, if you manage to convert the format to what is supported by GitLab CodeQuality reports, then basically you can create CodeQuality findings and integrate this with GitLab basically. And this is what we also worked in different engagements at professional services with customers, where we get the request that, hey, okay, we have, let's say, Python code, and we are looking for getting this integrated to GitLab CodeQuality, etc. Then, we can offer this type of templates, etc., to be able to implement CodeQuality. All right. Maybe one thing I can show you is also like basically this is the standard way how you can use this component. You can pass stage parameters you like, and this could be further advanced, parameterized. The current way is like everything is running in a test stage by default, unless you pass a stage parameter. And basically, just as in this example, just calling the component, and basically that way you can scan your project for quality. Some of these things are also like may need some adjustments. Like, for example, if you go to, let's have a look at the MyPy template. In the MyPy template, there is also the, so here in the before script stage, the expectation is that poetry is used in order to manage your Python dependencies. Of course, like if you are using requirements files like requirements txt, etc., and following that approach, you may need some additional adjustments in order to basically run these run the code quality, but that's basically the idea. So, for example, here in the MyPy example, there's an additional package called MyPy GitLab CodeQuality. And this package is basically used in order to also convert the output to a GitLab CodeQuality report JSON. So like MyPy output, which creates CodeQuality findings, is then as next step converted to GitLab CodeQuality findings. So this is also another example. Of course, you can bake in, for example, this to your image, like when you are using, when you prefer to not run each time the before script samples here, you can also bake that into the image you use and basically run the script inside your container. This is also to give an idea like how this can be implemented, and of course can be further customized for different use case. Also, when we look at the pipeline, maybe some small details related to it, like there is the, as mentioned, the reports keyword in order to create a code quality report. You can also say when always in order to create the code quality report, regardless of if the pipeline is successful or not, which is also important in that case if you want to always have code quality results. In addition to that, you can say allow failure true. This is the standard approach like security scanners, etc. So if for any reason code quality scan is failing, that the pipeline doesn't fail. And like for some of the scanners, it's possible that when they find the critical findings, for example, the pipeline is basically, the job is basically reporting failure. So for that reason, it makes sense to set all of failure then also true. And this is the standard rule set. It's possible you can customize it. These rule set is basically the idea behind this, that the pipeline gets executed in merge request events and in other branches as well. So if it's committed to a branch, but not twice, so that like if you have a merge request plus branch pipeline, so they don't run parallelly. So this is also a standard way to filter this basically. But other than that, everything is basically yeah, quite standard, like similar to SaaS templates GitLab provides, like security templates GitLab provides. And yeah, that's kind of in a nutshell it. Are there any questions, thoughts about it so far? All right. I think I will show also quickly some details related to the component development and how you can basically test the components. And this is, for example, this component code quality OS scanners integration. And if you look at its GitLab CI YAML here, basically, there is always at the end of a component like a create release stage. So basically, this is ideally this runs in like a tag pipeline. And basically, as you see, when you create a new tag, you can just create a new release, and the release is then available in the CI/CD catalog. So like others can use then with the commit tag you created. And the interesting thing is like how to test basically CI/CD catalog components. And catalog components, in order to test them, you basically need to test GitLab CI YAML against the project, ideally. So let me show you the idea how I try to implement this in this example. So basically, there is a multi-project trigger pipeline. Like if you had so far worked with this separation of duty, CI/CD pipelines, you would see that there is this multi-project pipelines that like very often used in that case in order to that the person who develops cannot be the person who deploys to the production. So therefore, like these multi-project pipelines are kind of used. Here in this example is like there is a job which basically triggers a pipeline in an external project, and in that case, for example, running the Swift code quality project, that is another project in my namespace, and basically triggers the standard GitLab CI YAML in the project and waits basically for it to complete. So if I, for example, now go to that one sample project, like let's take again the JavaScript code quality project. As mentioned, the idea behind is like if we go here, the ESLint code quality check makes a trigger and calls the JavaScript code quality project and basically waits until this scan finishes, like this GitLab CI pipeline in JavaScript CodeQuality project is executed and finishes. And upon its finish, there is a final stage that does additional checks, like via GraphQL, looking at the results of the pipeline. So checks, were there any code quality results created as a result of that trigger, and if yes, then it continues basically to and finishes successfully the pipeline. Yeah, so basically this is when I was looking how can I test efficiently CI/CD catalog component. This made to me the most sense, so that you have another test project, and basically in the test project you pass the your CI commit SHA, and then with the commit SHA, the test project runs the pipeline with the commit SHA. So as a result, you're basically testing the new change in the catalog component in the downstream pipeline, and then have a look at the result set. If the pipeline is finished successful and if the result set is what you're looking for. Yeah. So if you look at the example pipeline, you can see 5 different triggers here for the different code quality checks, basically types, and then the downstreams jobs executed, and there's this test stage again. That's where I look at the result sets using GraphQL, like querying the results we get from the code quality, and if every pipeline reported it successfully, and then finally making a release. And yeah, that's basically like that. And now you can basically if you go to pipeline editor and click on CI/CD catalog, we should be able to, I could not find mine, but it should be possible to find, yeah, here. I don't know why it didn't find it, but yeah, here you can find then the released catalog component with the version, and basically what is provided in README is then available to the whole community, basically. Yeah, in order to release a catalog component, basically the one thing you need to do is like you just go to settings general, and here I think that was, so here you basically tick mark CI/CD catalog project in order to release a component, and yeah, and the project needs to be then internal or public so that other users can make use of the catalog project. But yeah, that's then how it works.
So Aaron, if a customer wanted to make an update to this catalog project, say something's out of date or just needs tweaking, is it them creating like an MR, or do they have to alert you, and are you kind of responsible for maintaining it, or how does it work?
They can open an MR, so a customer can basically, for example, like do an MR to one of these. Like for example, they can offer a change to here to Golang template, but you can also open an MR and create a new template. The only thing you would need is like basically create new YAML, and ideally you change the CI YAML and basically set up a process like trigger a test project outside where you can scan your project. So like, for example, if a customer comes and says, I have a C# integration I want to do, then yeah, needs just a test C# project where the scan can run, and basically a YAML example of like the other scanners here in the templates folder, and ideally afterwards reviewing MR, and I can do a new release.
So I'm thinking like as we deliver component engagements to customers, we're gonna eventually, I would imagine, be managing a lot of components. Are we going to be on the hook for, do you anticipate like a lot of MRs and maintenance like post engagement for us to manage?
So far, I haven't seen for the CodeQuality that much contribution. It was more like we had here and there different engagements, but it may be possible. In my ideal world, actually, we moved that component to a namespace like professional services and maintain there. But I'd be curious if you would be interested in it.
No,
So
I'm
that.
interested because we're thinking like I've been weighing the benefits of using like our .com catalog versus like you're saying our own namespace just for management. I know the .com one is easier, I think, to consume, but we could probably make it pretty easy to consume on our own namespace as well. So I've just been weighing the options. So I wanted your take.
Yeah, I think like if we have it under a namespace like professional services, that's probably more beneficial. Eventually, like in case I'm at sometime in future no longer in GitLab or something, that it's still centrally managed by professional services. So that would be, I guess, the ideal.
Cool. Thanks for showing us.
Welcome. Thanks for the questions, Ramsey.
Aaron, how does the scanners differentiate between the right code? So if we run Python, the Python scanner and the Java scanner side by side, how does it affect each other, or can we run it parallel?
So you can run it in the same project in theory. Basically, in this Python scanners, for example, are looking like, do you have .py files? So if you have .py files, that means that scanner will be executed, and in that case, will report results for Python files. So like if you have also Java code inside, that will not collide with it. It's just the CodeQuality report afterwards. Right now, we'll show you. Let me find you one example. So the report doesn't tell you explicitly which scanner found it. So that's kind of like if you have Java and Python, you can figure this out. It will tell you, okay, here is .py file, or here is the Java file whatsoever. But if you have, for example, 3 different Python scanners all running in the same project, that gets a little bit confusing here. Because you can get duplicates, as well as you do not know which one did provide the relevant the related error, the related finding. Yeah, so I'm hoping also like this page and the MR view will also yeah, see in that regards maybe further developments.
All right.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Noah. Are there any other questions? Otherwise, yeah, that was all the material I had for this session, and I hope you liked it. And yeah, thanks a lot for having me here, and have a great Friday.
Great
job, man.
insight. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thanks, Aaron. Good stuff. Take care, all.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Cheers. Bye-bye.